Found it. Hi, Carlos. Hi, Madalena. We're going to wait for another couple of minutes for people to join us. Yeah, in the meantime, yeah, Petra wrote in the chat, what is your experience with resource creation? It would be nice if you put in the level. We're going to start in 2 minutes. And also let us know where are you calling from? Like, where are you joining from? Could be cool to know.
I'm in Madrid, in Spain, and it's really hot today.
Yeah, I'm in Berlin. It's super hot as well.
I'm in London, super hot as well.
Surprising.
And
I'm
it's
in New
only
York. It's actually nice today.
but you're wearing a tank top, so. Ooh, we have 2 more people. Okay, so let's get started. And Petra and Supriya, please accept people as they join. And worst case, people will watch the recording. So welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us. If you missed, Petra's asked in the chat about your level of experience with curation, with resource creation. So share it with us. If you also add in the chat, like where you're from, where you're joining us from, it could be nice. And thank you for joining us today. We're excited about this challenge. And Peter is going to talk to you all about it in a second. But before we dive in, we want to give you like a little bit of a overview of what's Makerspace, how to get involved, and what's in it for you. And then we're going into the challenge brief. So, Supriya, take it away.
Cool. Thanks, Ritim. So yeah, I'm Supriya. I am one of the co-leads here. With Makerspace. For anyone who doesn't know Makerspace is one of our clusters within the L&D Shakers Slack channel, and we are an exclusive psychologically safe space that we've built for experiential learning. So for anyone who's interested in learning by doing, learning by getting their hands kind of, working on it and things like these, it's what Makerspace is all about. So we've built in to encourage experimentation, encourage the mindset of learning and sharing, and also to kind of deliver it as artifacts so that we can all kind of use it around for our own use cases. So we aim to come up with a real world based monthly challenges or kind of quarterly challenges, which are more like projects that we can run with async after the kickoff. So we have a kickoff for every project that we start in, which is like, what is it today for resource curation? And then we go on the Slack channels. We run more of async kind of, chats around that over the next 4 to 5 weeks for all of the support that's needed. And then we also come back for a showcase session at the end of each challenge where we give the space for our participants to highlight and showcase what they have come up with as part of the challenge. So pretty much to kind of, showcase your own abilities, try out tools that you have not had an option to try out in your workplaces. And also, obviously, these artifacts can all be, bumped into your own professional portfolio down the lane. So that's what Makerspace is all about. If you can move on to the next slide, please, Rotem. Thank you. So yeah, as I mentioned, it's for everyone who are L&D enthusiasts working on projects of any shape or form, and you have just kind of either came into the L&D world, or you're just trying to kind of explore other avenues within L&D. It's for everyone who is passionate to get their hands dirty working through certain projects and challenges. And you can do it either by yourself, or you can pair up with some other community members. So it's all kind of flexible in terms of how we do this and how we kind of operate within this group. If you can move on to the next one, Rotten. Thank you. So yeah, if you have not already got involved, so we have our own dedicated Slack channel. I'm not sure how many of you in this group are already part of the Slack L&D community. If you're not already, and if you would love to join us, please do share your emails on the chat or with me, and I can add you into the channel. So we have got a dedicated space called the Shakers Makerspace, and that is our community to share and learn more about these challenges and work alongside your peers through these projects. So yeah, excited to have you all aboard today for the Resource Curation Challenge. As Rota mentioned, Petra is going to be walking us through more on the challenge, brief assess, and also to talk us through what the challenge is, how we can go about it, and what support will be provided as part of the community. Over to you, Petra. Perfect. I see your screen now.
Need to unmute, right? Before talking, it's good to unmute if I
Yeah,
want people to hear me.
yeah. Okay, yeah. I stopped sharing mine, right? Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Okay,
right.
yeah. Petra will take it from here, and then we'll have time. We'll hopefully have some time for questions at the end.
Yeah, so happy good afternoon, or I don't know, for me it's an afternoon, depends on where you are joining from. My name is Petra, and I will be telling you about the upcoming Resource Curation Challenge. So this challenge will run throughout the upcoming month, and we are focusing on the topic of resource curation. So anyone can build a reading list, but this is about really thinking like, what is it that we need to curate for our learners in order to achieve the goals that we set for the learning. We are going to be focusing on two parts. Let's say the first part is the curation part. So what are the right resources, and also if you manage to get to that, because it goes hand in hand, designing, or at least thinking before designing how those resources should actually reach our learners. So on one side, really choosing, curating what is it that the learners will what is the material, or yeah, what is the material that the learners will receive, and then also how this will be delivered, because it goes hand in hand. This is not a content creation challenge. This is about choosing what is already out there. There is a huge there are so many resources out there. So how can we use them? How can we put them together so that we can achieve our learning goals. As I already said, we are starting as of today. We will be running this challenge throughout the month of June. We do not have yet the last date set up, but it will run for around 4 weeks, and you can choose, as Supriya said, and really like this idea, to pair up with someone. You can use the Slack channel to find someone who would be working on this with you, or you can work on your own. And we will be checking in throughout the month in the Slack. And we will wrap it up with a live event, most probably live closing event, where we present the solution. And throughout the 4 months, together with the community in the Slack channel, I think we have now maybe more than 100 members in the Makerspace channel. You can ask for feedback. You can bounce your ideas and make this a group experience, not just a single learning experience. For this curation challenge, we are offering you 2 tracks. One of them is we put together like a very, I would say it's a wake case study. But it also means that you have a lot of space to play with when it's awake. There is a large engineering organization which is trying to kind of enhance or support their managers with with adopting agile mindset. There are currently no formal programs helping these managers with this, and so your one of your tasks or your task would be to think of what kind of resources you can curate. And the company is called AMA. Don't ask me where did we come up with this name. It's just an idea. It doesn't mean anything. So that's the first track, to build the curated resources for these managers and design how they will receive it. Or, and I believe this might be even like more favorite track, bring your own case. Maybe you are already working on something in your company. If it's not too confidential, you can bring it on and work on it within this challenge with us. Or maybe there is something you have always wanted to, like, curate or solve with curation. So you can bring this on. You will have to then, of course, frame the problem, think of what this will be about, and then design who is this problem for, and so on and so on. So maybe I would ask already now, which of these two tracks are you guys interested in? Have you had some thoughts? Maybe can you pop in the chat? Track 1, the track that we designed for you, or you are thinking of taking on something from your practice?
So feel free to unmute yourself for a second
Yeah,
to
we are
share.
just a small audience here. We can also speak up. Or which one sounds more appealing to you? Maybe you haven't. Yeah,
For
go
me, I
ahead.
think I'm going track 2, whether it's something that's my own or something that belongs to my future working partner. I think it's going to be track 2.
Mm-hmm. And do you have a theme already, or like what is it about? If you can share, of course.
I
What's
mean, I don't
the
have something in mind really, but like I think I'll share on the space that I'm open to work with someone if we're aligned with something, or maybe I'll figure something out on my own, but it's
Mhm.
probably going to be something we come up with.
Awesome. And I see in chat, Alexandra is thinking about the track 2. She's already working on it and have no clue how, or if she's going in the right way. All right, that's great. Feel free to use our Slack channel. Maybe we help you to with the direction, or we can review some things for you, give feedback. That's why we are here. All a collaborative space, as already Supriya said. So yes, for the both tracks, as I already mentioned, in the part 1, you are working on the curated resources. And in the part 2, you are thinking on how you will channel this, how this will reach your learners, what is the best way for the topic that you are that you are working on. And how to get involved, also already kind of mentioned, but I will go through it just so we are on the same page. So basically you signed up already by being here. Then you pick up you also can, if anyone is watching this as a recorded video, just let us know in the Slack channel that you are in, and so that we know that we should count on you. Also, accountability is a good thing, right? Going out there saying, I'm doing this, can maybe help with some motivation. Then, yeah, choose the track and then share as you go during or throughout the 4 months in the Slack channel. Ask for peer input and feedback. And at the end, we will be showcasing. We also curated some ideas on what are the tools that you can use for for the curation and for the presentation. You can go for this. I posted the link in the Slack channel in the chat here if you want to review what I'm presenting right now. And but don't get overwhelmed too much about the amount of the tools that we are suggesting here. Of course, it's a playground, but probably only 1 or 2 will be really relevant to your case. And then throughout the month and at the end, we will create a small Padlet board where we will then pin the final output, and this will be shared with the community so that everyone can review it. And we also curated a couple of resources for you where you can look at, for some kind of theory about resource curation, maybe some useful frameworks and so on. And this is all attached in the Notion page that I just shared in the chat here. That's what I'm presenting right now. Okay, what time is it? Let me double check. I think, are there any questions to the challenge? I think we can take on one or two questions if there are, since we are quite on track. All right. I see. JD is also thinking of the track too. AI literacy. Yeah. Good idea. That's
Such a
very
cool.
relevant.
I think like AI is kind of not really good at curating itself as well. Like when you get, I don't trust what the AI tells me a lot of the times about. So it's out there, and there are so many resources out there. So it's good to see something that is already like used and trusted, and so I think it's a cool idea.
That's true. Yeah, exactly.
And that tuning it for the right audience is also a primary factor, right? So it's like not a one-stop shop, obviously. Like the resource format that you put in or the structure that you put in is going to be more needed for the target audience to be more appetizing as well. So that's something that we can try experimenting on with different flavors and how that plays with the different types of audience that we are targeting. So
yeah. And just a couple of, let's say, tips for us on how to approach this. So basically, you will be the trusted filter. Sometimes employees can spend a lot of hours searching for the right information. So your task in this is to be the one who is reducing the noise with your curation. For example, if a sales team struggles with discovery calls, you don't just send them a full, LinkedIn learning catalog. Learn this. What you do as a curator, for example, in this case of sales team struggling with discovery calls, you can send a short video video about asking better questions, maybe a recording from like a top performer who managed to close a deal or managed well the discovery call with the customer, and maybe some kind of checklist that they can use that already exists in the company, but maybe they are not aware of this. Also, there is the idea of I like the idea of the 80s mixtape. So yeah, we are not giving someone a Spotify. We are choosing the exact tracks that will help the learner to go from point A to point B. Again, we are curating, we are filtering. Yes, and we also need to focus on, I recommend you to focus on, like, not to make it too wide, focus on one primary skill. For example, I'm personally a Scrum Master, and I would really, like, if I was learning something in this area, I don't want my L&D to send me a Scrum guide again, which I've already did a certification with, but maybe they can help me to evolve in the way how I'm facilitating some of the ceremonies as a Scrum Master. And finally, we already actually, like Rotem already said this, I would say go for trusted resources. I don't know, Harvard Business Review. If it's something relating to Agile, which we are tackling in the track number 1, maybe some Atlassian playbooks. Atlassian is the company that is working very much in the engineering field. If this doesn't sound familiar to you, or maybe, and for sure, also some internal approved materials. Maybe they are just all scattered over the place in the Confluence page or in Notion, and you just need to put them together and create the mixtape out of it. Yeah, and then how do we design the, let's say we already have the curated list. I don't even like to say the word list here, since it should be something. I imagine it more as a list. I imagine it like something bigger than list. I don't know how to put it. So once we have the right resources, the next question is that, or maybe already in the meantime, I would say, when you are thinking about the curation, how this will actually reach the people. Yeah, I said it wrong. You should not think about this after. You should think about this already throughout the process of the curation. And once again, the key is to reduce friction. So make sure that people have, for example, access to the resources that you are sending them. An example with the Harvard Business Review article. Maybe this is an amazing article, but if people don't have a subscription to this one, how will they read it? Yeah, try to always ask yourself, like, how will this actually reach the people? Maybe you are providing access to some kind of learning platform with videos. Do people actually have the, I call it the keys, but I mean the login to this platform? Maybe one Sunday afternoon, or hopefully not Sunday, let's say Friday afternoon, they will think like, okay, I'm actually going to now learn this thing, and they get stuck on accessing the system. So make sure that this will not happen. Make sure to think the journey through so that they can access it seamlessly. Also, meet the people where they are. This will again depend on the situation, on the case study that you are tackling. For example, project managers in engineering teams, like in our track number 1, they live in Confluence, they live in Jira, they live maybe in Slack. So these are the places where you can really like access them. These are the places where they look every day. So think of, where do these people actually live? What are the tools that they use, and how can you reach them there? Yeah, but the resources, a resource alone is not a learning experience. So you can also think of, for example, sending a video about psychological safety and designing something like maybe designing like a prompt question on how psychological safety actually currently works in the team that this manager is managing. So making them think more rather than just sending a video out there, because psychological safety is a topic that we can talk about, but how do we actually create it? So think through these topics and what is the best way to actually to put them. Maybe you can also think of that after, I don't know, some kind of online curated path, you put the people together in, I don't know, in a workshop. Maybe this would be a good way to access, to approach the topic, in this case, psychological safety. So don't think just about the list, as I said, but think of it as like a really beautiful thing that goes in all different directions, not just like 1, 2, 3, go through this, but you are designing the whole experience around. Yeah, that would be it from me. Are there any questions with or about what we've just covered? I also know we have experienced people here in the call who curated already in the past, so we can use the remaining time to discuss the topic and get some inspiration. So what are the questions? What's on your mind? What are you thinking of now? Anyone curated something interesting in the past already, or something useful, hopefully not just interesting? What did you, Alexandra? Alexandra, you mentioned you were curating already, right? What is the topic, if you can share? You can type in the chat in case talking is first time curator. No, it's a bit. Oh yeah, we understand this. It's also Friday already, right? And okay. Any questions? Anything else that we should cover for you so that you are clear on how do you begin? Maybe already to pick it up on this weekend. All right. If not, then I would ask Rotem to wrap it up for us, and we see you very soon in Slack, I hope. Can you tell us more about the milestones or checkpoints? The first milestone is start now. So we didn't we don't have like a project plan for you, I must say. This would of course depend on what is the topic that you are working on, to where you have access, if it's something from your company. But ideally we work with like 1 week short sprints. So if you every week you let us know in Slack, hey, this is what I'm working on. Maybe you bounce some ideas. Other people from the community give you a feedback. So this way, in 4 weeks, you can first of all keep yourself accountable and at the same time achieve a certain amount of work. There is no like a finish line or defined goal. Go as far as you can. This is a playground. Go where it takes you. Go where it's the most interesting for you as well, and where it relates to your track the most. And then at the end of the 4 weeks, we will be presenting the results. And from our experience, it's usually people get to different levels based on how much they put in. So we're not here like putting pressure on you on how much you have to achieve. Just make sure that, or use the opportunity to keep yourself accountable with our community and also with the feedback so that you can really get the most out of this challenge. But yeah, no milestones, no checkpoints. I don't have this here actually right now. And we are also posting regularly in Slack channel with some more tips. Usually it's like Monday or Tuesday. We to keep the ball rolling. Supriya, what did you want to add?
Now, just to kind of iterate on what you just said, Petra, it's like we are not just here to see the polished kind of, end results. The
Exactly.
primary
The
objective
process,
of the
yeah.
space is for that psychological safety to kind of just start sharing as and
Show
when
the
you
dirty stuff already.
smaller snippets ready, or if that's kind of something that you have as a mind map, thought process, very,
Yeah,
very welcome to put that on the Slack, ask people what they feel about it, or ask if you can find partners in there to kind of join you to work on the same structure, things like these. So it's about getting that community much more earlier in the cycle, rather than just the last polished surfaces. Obviously, that's what
exactly.
showcase is for, but yeah, within the community, we would highly encourage all conversations of every shape.
Yeah, maybe
Exactly.
maybe a mind map in the first week with your thoughts. How did you think about it? Or maybe just a Google Doc with your thoughts scattered around. Also good for the starter. And then, of course, as far as it gets, as much. And I heard someone was talking. I talk over. Anyone wants to add something?
Okay, looking at time, thank you so much for joining us for like the last part of the weekend of the week before the weekend. We really hope to see you in the Slack channel asking questions or sharing your work. And see you next time.
Thank you. Ciao. See you
Mm.
soon. See you
Certain
in Slack.